Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back at doing reviews again like before. I know there was a big break at the middle, but I'm back. Today we're here at New Auto Galaxy and we're reviewing one of the most nicest Land Cruiser LC300s of the country. As you can see, I did review the Land Cruiser 2 times before, once in Bangla, once in English, but I'm doing this again because I haven't seen a Land Cruiser in the LC300 chassis that's this clean and this nice. So today we have the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser ZX, and this is the twin-turbo 3.5 petrol engine. So let's start this full in-depth review talking about what the Land Cruiser actually is. So the Land Cruiser. We know as this car as the Land Cruiser now, but let's go back to 1951. A lot of people can say 1951 there wasn't any Land Cruiser, but it started from 1951. How? At 1951, Japan built the BJ Jeep prototype. It was made for military and police uses when the Korean War was active. At that time, this car was compared to the American Jeep that was used at military purposes, but at 1951, this car got so much good opinions from everyone, and especially the military and police, that Toyota built this car as a production unit. The first ever Land Cruiser was introduced to the world. When people saw the Land Cruiser, they usually compared with the British Range Rover because it was the biggest at the time and it was the most nicest. But what the Land Cruiser is, it's the most reliable SUV in the world, and it is probably the most nicest SUV you can buy from a Japanese manufacturer. But let's talk about the entire history. This is called the LC300, but it has a lot of different generations. After the first generation of the Land Cruiser, so the Series 40, then the Series 60, then the Series 80, and then the Series 100, then came the very popular Series 200, and then this is the latest Series 300. Why is the Land Cruiser so important? Land Cruiser is the only car from Toyota that has been with us for 70 years, 70 plus years to be honest. So that's why this name is a very iconic name towards the car enthusiasts around the world. But now let's come to the actual Land Cruiser. The competitor of this car for the meantime is the Lexus LX600. That is the same vehicle as this because it's from the mother company, the Nissan Patrol or Armada, the Infiniti QX80, and if we go outside Japan, it's the Mercedes-Benz GLS, the BMW X7, and a lot of different cars from America. Because if you look at America, we have the Cadillac Escalade, the GMC Yukon, and the Chevy Superman, and the Lincoln Navigator and the Ford Expedition. Overall, it is a very nice car, and today we're going to show you all about it. Let's start from the front end. What is so nice with this car? First of all, this car has the optional extra Modelista body kit, so it looks much more nicer. It has this very nice hood spoiler that says Land Cruiser on the top. Then if we come below that, you have these nice yellow lights that actually make the car look much more pop out. The Toyota logo, and then these lights are more often in the Ford Raptors or off-road vehicles. This is an off-road vehicle, but this looks more like a luxury touch. You have the front camera here for the 360. You have the front number plate slot of New Auto Galaxy. It looks very nice from the front end. It has this extra piece right here that looks much more aerodynamic and makes the car look much more nicer. The car has 4 sensors at the front, 2 at the front bumper and then 2 on the sides. It has headlight washers, openings here, so the ventilation can go through it and power that twin-turbo V6. You have the fog lights that are also LED. Now I'm going to get inside, turn on these full projector LED headlights. So as you can see, the car is turned to one side. That's why the turning light is on. But if we turn it back to the normal, the fog's on. This is the hazard. This is the high beam. This is with the high beam off. This is the high beam. This is with the high beam off. Now if we come outside and show you the headlights are really nice considered as this is the new generation. First of all, it says Land Cruiser here. This is your daytime running light and DRLs. You have your projector set up here with your high beams on the single one. It overall looks pretty good. If we come a little on the top, the car does have rain sensing wipers and the front windshield is tinted, and it actually makes the car stand out. Now let's look at the powertrain of the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser. let's open the hood from the driver's side. There is a button located there, and then after we open that, we can show you the car's engine. So there is the hood opened, and obviously as this is considered as a premium vehicle because it's more than $100,000. So let's get this up. Like I said, hydraulic struts, you have insulation on the top. So the car's engine, let me explain the entire thing about this car. The LC200 had 3 different engines for the complete international market, but for Bangladesh we only had 2. So one was the 4.5 liter twin turbo diesel engine, and then we had the 4.6 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, and then for the American market we had the 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. But now the entire world gets only 2 different engines, and it is this, the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, and you have the 3.3 liter twin turbo V6, but that's diesel, this is petrol. But overall this engine is slightly better in some angles. It's not a V8, we get that, but it is producing more power than the V8. This car produces 409 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. This power goes through the 10-speed automatic transmission to the all-time 4-wheel drive system. This engine is actually pretty good in terms of power, and if you want to tune it, this is actually a very good engine to do that. It says twin turbo, and then you have the Toyota logo. That's where you pour your engine oil. Your dipstick is all the way at the back. You have the 2 massive intakes on either side because it's a V6, so it needs it from both of the sides. Overall, it's pretty nice. But now let's close the hood because we have to show you guys the car's side profile. So let's just get that closer, and there we go. We're pretty much done with the front. Let's get to the side. So for the side profile of the vehicle, this car actually looks much nicer because this car has more aftermarket stuff inside the car than the base Land Cruiser. But let's start with the wheels. So first of all, you have these really nice chrome wheels, and you I think get only one option with the ZX Petrol, and that's this. You have 4-piston brakes at the front, and the discs are ventilated. It's very nice how everything looks on this car. But what stands out more are these tires, because this specific tire, I don't know why, but it makes the car look much more nicer in my opinion, but it's overall nice. You can see that's pretty much it. You have the multi-link suspension with the standard coil springs, but this side is usually unbody colored on the diesel version, but because this is the ZX and it has the Model SR option, that's why this has the aftermarket side fenders. The exterior mirror have these chrome caps over it. You have the hazards right here. You have the chrome all the way that extends till the back over here, and because this is a JDM model, you have the rain shades. Front and rear windows are tinted, and then you obviously have keyless entry. So if you lock the car, that's how you do it, and for unlocking, you just hold it from the back. If you get down, you have the Land Cruiser written here. You have the fixed side step. I think Toyota just likes to keep their cars more reliable because these are unable to just break down on you. It's obviously going to stay there until someone, I think, jumps on it. But let's come to the back now because we're pretty much done with the front. The rear wheels are pretty much same as the front, but the brake calipers are a bit smaller. But overall, as this is a 4-wheel drive vehicle, it looks and drives pretty much the same with the tires and everything. But if you get up from there, you have the same flaps at the back that make the car look much more nicer from a side angle. And the roof rails are actually in black. That actually suits the car because this is a white vehicle. We're pretty much done with the side. Now let me show you the car's rear. So now we're at the rear of the Land Cruiser. You can see this is a very nice looking rear end because of the car's body kits and every other thing. But let me know what you guys like better, the LC200's rear or the 300. Let me get inside, turn on the taillights, and then I'm going to talk about the rear. Keyless entry. So as you can see, let's start from the sides. You have 2 vortex generator here that actually matches with the ones that are on the side mirror, but the entire rear light is now OLED, so it actually gives out a very nice touch. You have the swiping hazards, the rear fog light, and the reverse. It says ZX right here because this is the top model. Then if you go closer, it says Land Cruiser and the Toyota badge, and then it all the way continues to the other side. One thing's nice, you have fogs on both of the sides. It says twin turbo right here, and like I said, because this is the petrol model, that's why it's much more nicer and the top of the line. Let's get down now. You have the same parking sensors at the back. You have this very nice functional exhaust. It's a single tip, but it actually is functional because nowadays car exhaust tips are getting faker day by day by day. But you have the number plate slot here with the rear reversing camera. You have the windshield wiper with your upper stop brake light and this very nice spoiler. If you have to open the boot, there is a button located here and the tailgate is poweredly opened. But the LC200 was a split tailgate. The LC300 is a single tailgate. So it kind of takes a bit of the fun. But you have this very nice extended alley, so you could at least sit down sometimes. This car is a 7-seater, but it has this very nice mat included. If you want to get the seats up, there's no buttons here. The buttons are actually on the other side. So if you look at the buttons, you have 2 buttons here to get the third row up, and then you have a very big power socket here, and it's actually very powerful, so you can actually put like a refrigerator or oven if you're going outside and stuff. Then you actually have a bit more storage under here where you have your tools for opening your tires and all of their stuff, and you actually have a spare tire that's under the car. That's a bit hard to show, but I'm going to show that later. So let's get the third row up because it actually has a functional third row, but in my opinion I think the LC200 was more comfortable to sit in than the LC300, but it's what it is. But overall, you have this nice beige interior inside. If you want, you can get the headrest up from there and there. It's pretty roomy, to be honest. Now, we're pretty much done with the exterior. Let's get inside the interior. You have 2 buttons here. One is for closing the boot, one is for closing the boot and locking the vehicle. So let's close that up. And then now we're going to get inside the vehicle. So for getting inside the third row, it's pretty simple. There's a button here. If you just pull that, your seat goes like this and it gets up. Gives you pretty much enough room. If you want to go back there, you can just do that and then get this seat back on its place. And here we go. Let's get it to a normal position because nobody sits straight up. To be honest, sitting on the rear seats, I mean the seats are comfy. The only problem is it's a bit small. But overall, underside support is poor, but at least you can sit inside a Land Cruiser. You have AC vents on both of the sides, and then you have some other stuff here, so you can actually recline the seat a bit or get that overall to a straight position. You have a charging socket here, a USB-C type, and this is for reclining or getting your seat up. One other cool feature is I can actually fold this seat from a button on my side. So if I don't need that, I can just get that down and see how it goes down. It actually makes the car look much more functional. And if you want, you can only have one seat up, and it's actually not bad. It's comfortable. You have somewhere to put your hand, you have AC vents all around, you have light placement here. But now let's get inside the center row. So we can turn this light off. For getting out, we have to do the same thing. Get this down and then get this up, and then you can exit the car. It's a bit hard, but there we go. And then we can get that back here, get this up, get this to the normal position, and then we can come inside the second row. Sitting on the second row, first of all, I can say it's much more comfier, and the seats are actually really nice because you have ISOFIX anchor points. The seats are very soft, to be honest. You have the seat belts and everything. If you want, you can get this down, you can put your hand, no cup holders at the middle to annoy you. The cup holders are where it's supposed to be. Overall, it's very nice. You have 2 light placements on the top, you have AC vents on the side, you have this rear entertainment screen where you can control your Bluetooth or HDMI. So I think you can connect your PS4, or there's some devices you can connect for YouTube and other stuff. But let's come to this section. You have AC vent right here, so 2 of them, and let's just turn those on. You have your 4-zone climate, so 2 at the back, 2 at the front. The rear seats are ventilated and heated. That's actually a step up. You have 2 charging sockets, HDMI, and sockets for your headphone. If you press this button, you can open the glove box from the back where your refrigerator is located. It's overall probably the most nicest SUV that's reliable at the same time. Because Land Rover is the nicest SUV, but it's not reliable. But this checks both of the boxes. Now let's come to the side. First of all, I forgot to mention the car has ambient lighting that makes the car look much more nicer. So here we come to the side. You have the JBL tweeter. Like I mentioned, this car has 14 speakers. It's a 14-speaker JBL sound system. This is your door handle with ambient lighting on the top. And then you have the wooden section right here. The windows, I think, go fully down. There we go. Then you have the nice ambient lighting integrated here, and then you have it on the door panels with the speaker for there too. Now let's exit the car because we're pretty much done with the rear. Let's show you guys the car's front. So now we're on the front seats. So let's start by showing you the entire dash, because the overall design and how it feels, it's actually very unique. I don't know why, or I just have a special touch with the car. But let's turn the car on. The start button is here, and you have a fingerprint scanner that you can actually use. So if you don't have the key, you can scan your hand and it's going to turn the car on. And that actually only comes with the petrol ZX model, doesn't come with the diesel Shahara models. Let's start by the dash. You have your airbag here, so it says SS airbag. You have the tweeters on the car's A pillar. You have the AC vent right here, that's functional. You have the ambient lighting strip right here with your lockable glove box. You have a lot of storage, to be honest. And then you have another airbag on the bottom. It says SRS airbag. The seats are ventilated and heated, and it's probably one of the most comfortable seats I have ever sit in on a Japanese car. But it's nice. It is what it is. Let's come to the upper portion. You have the vanity mirrors. The mirrors are pretty small, but the lights, I think, pretty bright, so it's nice. And the entire, headliner is the suede leather, so it feels like very expensive. You can open the front portion sunroof. A panoramic sunroof would be nice, but a sunroof's not bad. Let's keep the sunroof open so the light can come in. And then if you come to the center section, you have two cup holders here and a very massive storage area where you have your refrigerator, and you can turn it on or keep it off. Now let me show you the car's tech and everything other that's missed. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and then the 12.3-inch fully digital infotainment system is going to turn on with the Toyota animation, and then it says Land Cruiser here. It's pretty nice how everything is. This all new screen from Toyota is very useful. It's pretty nice to use, and it's probably the most easiest to use in terms of Toyota screens. But let's show you in detail what this is and what type of things you can do. First of all, if we go back towards this side, because I want it on my side, first of all, you can control all your climate and everything from these digital buttons and from the physical buttons. So you can control where you want the air from here, so your leg or just your feet, and then you can control the wind speed, the climate, and then sync or control the rears one as well. So it's pretty nice. You can control the seat heating and ventilation and the steering heater. You can control your media, and you can look at your fuel consumption, and you can see how much range the car is with the fuel it has. And then if you go on information, you can see much more stuff. So if you get this like the fully extended way, then you can see which drive mode the car is, how everything's going, how much you're pressing on the brake, how much you're pressing on the gas, your G-force meter, and everything else. But if you change the car's drive mode, that you can do it from here. So this is normal, sport, sport plus, custom, and then if you go back, you have eco and comfort. We're gonna leave it at eco because it was an eco. Overall, it's pretty nice how everything is, to be honest, not gonna lie. You have your trip information and everything other than that, but let's just keep this on climate. Let's show you guys the 360-degree camera. Press this button, your 360 camera turns on. That's for the view if you're off-roading the vehicle, so you can see all of the different sides. But if you press this, you can look at the outer version of the car as well. And it's nice how everything is, because the car has its details and everything, and the 360 camera is always a good touch. Overall, it's nice. Let's come to the bottom. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. You have two AC vents with your hazards. These are your climate controls. These are your shortcut buttons. It says JBL here with your CD input. Your gear knobbles here with your brake hold, parking brake, and your high 4 and low 4, and your differential locker. And then you have some more controls here for your off-road stuff. But if you put the car in reverse, the reverse camera turns on with 360 on the sides. It has adaptive assist, that you can see the lines are there for a reason. So overall, pretty good. The rear view mirror is auto-dimmed, but it's not digital. And you have a dash cam on this car from Japan. This is a pretty nice unit. The car actually only has 17,785 kilometers. And this is a petrol vehicle, so no diesel things in here. And the ambient lighting actually makes this car look much more nicer. Now let's come to the car's steering wheel. The steering wheel is fully leather strapped, but you have wooden touch here, and it is tilt and telescopic, so you can adjust it however you want. You have your cruise control and every other thing on this side, and this is for your media. The car doesn't have any paddle shifters, but you can manually upshift and downshift from here. And the 10-speed automatic transmission. You have your hazards and high beam over this side. You have the windshield wiper controls over this side. Now let me show you the car's instrument cluster and heads-up display. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and then it's going to turn on with this nice Land Cruiser animation. So this is the speedo. The top speed is 180 kilometers per hour. You have your fuel gauge on the bottom. This is your RPM, and there is your engine temperature. It's overall pretty organized. You have your battery voltage right there and your engine oil temperature, and you can control that digital screen from this button. First of all, you have your eco meter, so your fuel economy, and then you have your eco indicator. Then you have your light digital speed, and this is for the car's safety systems. So this is for your lane keep assist and all your different stuff. You can have your media at the center as well, or all of the safety systems of the car that are on or off. This is for the steering, so which side the steering is moving, so that's helpful when you're off-roading your vehicle. And this is for the tire pressure monitor. If we go down again, this is for all of different settings that you can control. So if you press on OK, you can control the car's instrument cluster brightness. It's controlled from there. You can control the car's lane keep assist, adaptive brake assist, your blind spot monitoring off and on, parking sensors off and on, and then your rear cross traffic alert and your heads-up display and your meter digital settings. So as you can see, it's right there. It's pretty nice how everything is, but I don't think you can configure much stuff. You can only change some specific stuff from the meter. But now let me show you the car's heads-up display. So let's go back. And then if I show you the car's heads-up display, because it actually comes with it, if you go up, the heads-up display is located right there. It's very nice because it has your lane keep assist and your RPM and your speed. And I don't think it's pretty much configurable if you change your drive modes or anything. But it's nice, at least we have that feature. Now let me show you the car's door, and we're going to be pretty much done with this review. So if we open the door, first of all, you can see the Land Cruiser puddle lights that turn on. That's actually pretty nice how that feature is, and it's at nighttime it's much better. So you have your AC vent here, first of all, and then if you go down, you have your boot opener, auto light, and then you have your buttons here for changing to front wheel drive or just rear wheel drive. This is for your rear cross traffic alert, traction control, and this is for your ETC, electronic toll collection. This is only used in Japan. This is for the car's hood, this is for the gas cap, and then you have your dead pedal, brake pedal, and gas pedal. First of all, I forgot to mention one thing. This car has a 110-liter fuel tank, so that's nice. Then you have Land Cruiser written here with your seat controls, and then if you come to the door, you have these very nice leather-strapped grab handles with your wooden area here. These are your window openers, your unlock and lock. This is for your mirror lockers and exterior mirror controls. You have your memory seats here. This is for opening the door. It's pretty nice. You have cup holders, and these are the lights that are projecting down there. We're pretty much done with today's review, so if you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to say thank you so much to New Auto Galaxy for providing this vehicle to me. One thing that I want to mention, if you want to buy this car, you can contact with New Auto Galaxy. I'm going to put their Facebook page and all of their information at the description. And one thing I want to mention to you guys, this car is a petrol vehicle. It's fully paid in terms of taxes and everything, and this is a 2025 import. So if you want to buy this car, contact with New Auto Galaxy. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.